minutes past 7. Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. We continue focusing on security again today. And we're joined by Senator Musiliu Obanikoro, who is the Minister of State for Defense. Thank you for coming on this morning.
It's a pleasure to be here with you. Good morning.
Yes, indeed. And last week the papers were awash with the unfortunate incident of those school children that were abducted, and then the comment from the military. How they made that mistake, we here had thought that, okay, if they rescued those people, way to go. But then they came up with that retraction. What's going on about all of this?
Well, as you know, we have an emergency in that part of the country. And communication, as we speak today, is not the best in that area. And you must also recognize the fact that this incident happened between our border and Cameroon. So I'm sure in between processing the information, somebody must have given the wrong information to the force headquarters. Ordinarily, they will not go and make such a statement without checking and cross-checking to ensure that the information they are putting across is the right one. So mistakes has been made, and apology tendered, and it's human to make mistakes, and it's even responsible to own up when mistake is made. And what you do is ensure that next time such information is going out, you ensure that necessary checks are put in place to ensure that the right information is given to the public.
Something that connotes some sort of pressure on our military to have come up with that kind of, because normally they would have taken their time to check, because in the case of Shekau, it took them a long time before they come up with that kind of announcement. But now, was it because of that pressure they jumped and made that announcement?
No. You see, my Chamberlain, don't let us lose sight of one thing. When one child is abducted, it's a big deal. When you have about 200 children picked up by terrorists, it's a serious issue. And everybody's under pressure. We are parents. Don't forget, some of these are boys in uniform. Some of them are also parents themselves too. And it is human, even to put yourself under pressure. You will imagine 1,000 things that will be happening to those children. So what you want immediately is result. You want them out as quickly as possible. So in the middle of all that, mistakes can be made.
And you just talked about the Cameroonian border, and now what comes to mind is what we fear the most. Do you think we have been able to at least keep watch over that border to be sure that these children haven't actually been fretted away out of the country to Cameroon?
Well, let me say that, I served as an envoy in Accra for our country. And I think it is not unreasonable to suggest that the kind of collaboration and cooperation that should exist among sister states within this corridor is lacking. It's not at the level that it should be. As we speak now, we are not there yet. That is their reality. And dealing with the kind of situation we have today, I would have expected that the other side will have also stepped up their activities in terms of security patrol within the borders and cooperating and collaborating with Nigerian security agencies and military. But that's not what we have today. So it's as if we are going it all alone.
Are we in talks with that particular country,
definitely.
Cameroon?
Definitely. Don't forget that the headquarters of ECOWAS is here in Nigeria. So definitely there is a conversation going on to ensure that there is the needed cooperation and support is given for this effort. One thing I want to highlight, you see, security is not just about security agencies. It's about the people. No matter the level of technology that you have, if you don't have the necessary support from the local community, it's going to be very difficult. And these things are not happening in isolation. It's happening within communities. And I believe it's about time that people stand up to the plate and give the kind of support that is needed to bring this thing to finality. We shouldn't lose sight of the fact that we were able to effectively bring the militancy in the Niger Delta to where it is today when the leadership there stood up and said enough is enough. At some point, they were even disarming themselves.
I recall that even, sorry, Makwa, there was a time we had the civilian JTF in that particular region, and we saw the amount of success gathered within.
Are you talking about the Northeast now?
Yes.
Okay.
And one would have thought that they would have, because we now had, again, news reports about some of them being hunted by the extremists and his insurgents, going to their homes, handpicking some of these people and actually slaughtering, killing them. Perhaps that instilled fear in the community to come out and also volunteer the way the civilian JTF did at that point in time. Are we doing enough to protect those that are willing to assist by giving information and even, well, going the extra mile, joining in the fight?
Well, let me say that if you look at what is happening today, you will see that we've made progress, and we are making progress. The targets you have now are what you can characterize as soft targets. Look at what happened in Abuja at a car park, what happened in going to school to abduct school children, kill some school children. These are in the night, in the middle of the night. That is to show you that our boys in uniform have succeeded in pushing them out largely from our highly populated areas, and they've been isolated. But of course, you know terrorists, they will crave for attention, whatever it takes to have the attention, they will do. I believe that is what you are looking at now. Isolated attacks to ensure they remain in the consciousness of the people. No, of course, before now, the governor said all schools in Borno State should close. Why this particular school did not close, to me, I still don't know. And I think there should be also an explanation.
Well, there has been one. What we did here was that all the schools were closed, but that these students had to come back to write their final senior secondary school examinations. And that, you talked about community cooperation. The people of Chibok, from what we heard, also gave their word that they were going to stand, to protect their children. To ensure that they do have history exams. We understand that a soldier and a policeman were also, guarding the school.
We have, I do believe we have more than one secondary school in Borno State. Mm. And given the location of that place, one would have expected the local authority to have relocated the location for the exam to a safer location. And don't forget that they were also abducted in the night. So papers are written in the morning. So you see, precautions must also be taken to ensure that innocent people are protected. It is also the responsibility of leadership in the community, the government at the local level, the government at the state level, to ensure that whatever the federal government is doing to bring this situation to finality is supported in a very reasonable way.